we talked about how there's so much Black TV out there that, and there's some good stuff out there that we're watching. So I'm gonna start this one off because I let all you guys start it off. I'm gonna start it off with what I'm watching, and I'm watching Snowfall. I, so I watched the first episode, and watching the first episode, it pisses me off right away because it's Black people dealing in drugs. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to see another thing about Black people dealing in drugs. But then about 20 minutes in, it's the Hispanic people doing drugs, the Jewish people doing drugs, the Russians doing drugs, the white people doing drugs. It was everybody doing, and I sat back and I just started to enjoy this show. This is good stuff. I am so hooked that as soon as I get off with you guys, I got a couple of more episodes to go. I got to finish this thing. Snowfall is so, it is so smart to me. It's smart in how it shows the community, but it's informative because the stuff is true. So there's a lot of shows out there that we're going to talk about, but and I'll just mention some real quick. It's Them, The Upshaw, Snowfall, Dad Stop Embarrassing Me, The Godfather Harlem, which we talked about a little bit, Family Reunion, Delilah, Queen Sugar, Insecure, Atlanta, Blackish, Grownish, Reggie-ish, Claws, the Shy. I mean, there's a lot of shows out there, but I will tell you, Snowfall is totally worth the watch. And I'm gonna go to you first, KB.
So what I'm watching The Godfather of Harlem. A lot of people know when the pandemic hit, I had to leave my wonderful apartment in Harlem to be closer to family back in Texas. I miss it so much. Every time I watch The Godfather of Harlem, I'm like, oh, my personal love letter to Harlem come to life just in a different year. So I love it so much. Bumpy's journey, the character development of all of the women on the show. I mean, like, it is just exceptional. The performances are exceptional. The storylines are great. I think something that is hard to do is there's obviously a fine line because we are looking at real life figures. So there is a fine line between history and then, what we're making up and for drama. And I can't tell the difference if I'm being honest because it's extraordinary and it is exceptional. So shout out to Godfather of Harlem. I'm also watching Delilah, which I feel like not enough people are watching. And so we were just talking about investing in women. And so it is on OWN and it is a Black woman centered story. But what I like about Delilah is that the Black family centered on this story is different. So Reggie, you just mentioned you didn't really like Snowfall in the beginning because you were like, I don't want to see Black people dealing drugs. This is the exact opposite. So you have these Black women who are lawyers and they are, kind of managing their friends, their lawyers, and they get into a bit of a tiff due to a case where they are opposing counsel. So that's interesting. One of the characters, her father, she's a lawyer. Her father is the chief of police. Like you get to see, and all of this takes place in Charlotte, I might add. So you're seeing kind of a different storyline and dynamic. Her brother was in the military, he was injured. It's a larger mystery surrounding the show that I will not give away, but that's also another draw. And so, I like the complex story of Delilah, and I feel like not enough people are watching. And it used to come on right after Queen Sugar, but Queen Sugar just had their season finale. Queen Sugar, top tier TV. So I'm gonna say that. And one that I miss, Claws. I adore Claws and I miss it and I can't wait till it comes back.
I'll get back to you in Claws, but I want to say that it's really interesting that you talked about The Godfather of Harlem because Sean and I were talking about it prior to this, and because he did an interview with Forrest Whitaker, and I was like, "How was Forrest, man? What was that?" I was trying to get like all the good stuff. Sean, talk about The Godfather of Harlem and another show that you think is worth people checking out.
Oh, The Godfather Harlem is absolutely amazing. I didn't think they could top season one. Season two is twice as good. It's very nuanced, and it starts with the writing, and it starts with like character development. Even though they're real life characters, they're presenting a perspective in which you haven't seen before. I like the way they present Bumpy Johnson. I like the way they present Malcolm X. I like the way they present Mamie Johnson. I like the way they present Cassius Clay. It's all very clever and well done. But my fave right now is Snowfall. I mean, season 4 is just absolutely stunning. I mean, you know, just absolutely stunning. I just want to take a private jet up to heaven and hug John Cena.
Oh, just really crushes it. Katya, come on, bring it on.
All Rise. All Rise
Yes,
is a
thank
show.
you,
All
Katya.
Rise is one of the few Black female-led shows on network TV. She is just hitting it out of the park, and and I love that it's centered around a woman judge. She is the person of authority, and I also excuse me again. It's really important that we support the show because network TV's biggest thing has been that drama centering Black people or in the lead or minorities periods 9 o'clock don't work. So in order to have more avenues and to have more opportunities for people of color, we need to tune in and we need to support. The other one is Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar has given us, what is season 5? 5 phenomenal seasons, and this show does not get talked about enough, and it's a shame, especially in Black media. We don't talk about the show enough. The show should be way more awarded, and again, it takes place, it's a family. We always talk about we don't see enough families, and it takes place in the New Orleans area, which is, again, nice to see a show centering outside of New York, Chicago, LA.
Yeah, so it's so interesting that as you guys talk about all these shows. Again, I'm watching Snowfall, and I think I have maybe like 4 more episodes to go before I have nothing else to watch. So I don't know if I don't want to watch and you just not watch so that I won't feel like I'm out there all by myself. But I do want to make a comment that you guys made about Delilah and All Rise. I watch both shows. But what I like about Delilah that I know they can't do, well, it's harder to do on network TV. This is all Black people. It's Black people loving Black people. They don't have to try to figure out, let me have a love interest with some interracial thing or whatever. And not that I have a problem with that, but they don't have to do that. Network television has to do it. But here you see,
because of the advertising structure.
Right. And so what I love about Delilah is that they don't even have to try to play no games with that. Is that they got Black men, they go back and forth, they all got some issues. They're not rich either, is one of the things that I want to talk about, is that Delilah's not rich. They showing
Working class.
A working class lawyer trying to make things work. So
to be honest, she's an entrepreneur, so it's a lot harder. You know what I mean? She's a single mom. She's an entrepreneur. She has people on her payroll. It's harder for her to have this wealth because she has a lot more people depending on her.
And she cares about the community and so on and so forth. So I just want to mention that. I'm glad that you guys mentioned both of those shows. Hey, this is the Real Critic Roundtable where Black critics come to talk, and I'm going to let you guys have your last word. And I am going to start with Sean. Sean, last word.
Last word is Wakanda forever. 2 brothers from Black Panther winning the Oscars Sunday.
Ooh, oh, there we go. Now, KB, your last word.
My last word for this week: Daniel Kaluuya winning the Oscar for what was the best and simultaneously creepiest, because it was so close, portrayal of Chairman Fred Hampton. So.
All right, and Katya, your last word.
I'll say Chloe Zhao. May this be, I can't wait for the externals. I hope she edited it because she's an excellent editor, but I am very happy for her. This is way overdue. She has been making amazing content, and hopefully this will open the door for more directors, women of color, to get opportunities and to be recognized.
My last word is hair love. Is that I'm hoping that Mia Neal and Jamaica Wilson, one of them, that we get some hair love at the Oscars.
They're winning.
They do? That's my last word, is hair love. Hey, I really appreciate my guests for coming on. Thank you so much. Katya, Thank you so much, Sean. Too much wine, by the way. And thank you to my not so.
I'm on my LeBron James.
and thank you to my not nemesis, KB, for joining us again. I'm Reggie Ponder, the Real Critic. This is the Real Critic Roundtable, where African-American critics come to discuss, debate, and have some fun. We did that. The Oscars are this weekend. Check them out because we will be talking about who won and who didn't next week. See you guys next time.
It's gonna be the lowest rated Oscars in the history of Oscars.